Yep. It's going to be popping on here in a second. And Gianni, I'm going to read the bold part of the lesson of the chapter, and then I'm going to have you pick up where it says sometimes, okay?
Okay.
Let's just give it a second. It's not recording yet, so I want
Yeah.
to make sure everybody gets all the reading.
Well, I see the red recording button.
Here we go. It just clicked on. All right, friends, here we go. Chapter 19. The week zipped by. I studied at school every day with Catherine, after school every day with Mrs. V, and every evening at home as well. I reviewed words from all levels of my board. I practiced spelling long words and matching facts and dates. I made up my own games. Mom quizzed me about flowers and medical terms. Dad asked me questions about economics and retail management and sports. I swallowed it all. Go ahead, buddy.
Sometimes I sat in my room and just typed in new
Sentences.
sentences for Elvira to say. One letter at a time. It takes hours, but once an entire
Entry
entry is
in.
all I have to do is push one button and the whole sentence will be spoken for me.
Keep going, kiddo.
I guess the question I get asked the most is a lot of strength.
What's wrong with you? People often want to know. And Gianni, if you want to pass it on to somebody else.
Okay. Alex.
Alex,
go ahead, kiddo, right at the top of the page.
Now, if I'm sick, or if I'm in pain, or if I'm in condition, can be fixed. So I prepared two answers. One that is polite but kind of wordy, and one that is a little smart mouthed. To those who are
genuinely concerned,
I push a button to say I have spastic
bilateral quadriplegia,
also known as
cerebral palsy. Very good.
It limits my body but not my mind. I think that last part is pretty cool.
Very good, Alex. Pass it on, please.
Bradley,
we're right here where it says two people like Claire. Are you there, Bradley? If you are, just unmute and then we'll start reading. If not, you'd like to pass, you can just say the next person you see on your list. I don't think he heard you, Alex. If you want to pass it on to somebody else.
Bradley's here. He's just muted.
Lucas.
Yeah, that's Lucas. Go ahead, kiddo.
Pass.
Landon Sharp, how about you, buddy? You're muted, kiddo.
Oh.
There you go.
To people like Claire and Molly, I say, we all have disabilities. What's yours? I could wait to use that one.
I couldn't wait.
When I showed Miss V, she laughed so hard she snorted. Now it's Saturday before the tryouts, and Miss V and I are sitting outside on her front porch. I'm wearing a light jacket, but it's one of those rare warm February days that fools the
hyacinths. It's a type of flower.
Athens. Oh, into the spring is here. I want to warn the little buds and say, wait, it's gonna snow next week. Stay put for another month. But every year, the early spring flowers shiver in the last snow of the season.
Very good, Landon.
I
Can you
want
pick somebody else?
um uh Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah,
We're right here on the bottom paragraph, honey. We watch wisps.
we watch wisps of clouds hover over the canary colored
Goldfinch.
goldfinch is perched on the railing looking
Yep.
at the empty bird feeder dangling above. If he could talk, I'd bet he'd ask for
Thistle.
in more warm days like this.
All right, so let's put ourselves in the story right now, boys and girls. She has been putting answers to questions she gets all the time. So if Lucas's dad asks her what's going on, if she's what is her condition, she might say the first response and say, I have spastic bilateral quadriplegia, also known as cerebral palsy. It limits my body, but not my mind. If a student in school asks her, but does it in a rude way, she comes back with a different response and says, we all have disabilities. What's yours? Do you see the difference there, boys and girls? Then what she's doing is she's sitting out on her deck on a February day, and it's one of those days where we all remember those days in February where it's been cold, 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 and then it warms up a little bit. And she's sitting out there and she's got a jacket on, but it doesn't feel that cold. And she's seeing all these birds and things like that, and she's appreciating the nice warm day. Nice job, Lucy. If you could pick somebody for the next paragraph.
Avery.
Avery, would you like to read, honey? Right at the top of the page.
Yeah. What would you do if you could fly? Miss V asks as she glances from the bird to me. It's that on the quiz.
Is that on the quiz?
I ask, grinning as I type. I think we've studied just about everything else. Miss V chuckles. I'd
be scared.
I'd be scared to let go. I typed. Afraid you'd fall? She asks. No, afraid it would feel so good I'd just fly away. It took me a long time to type that. She is quiet for a very long time. Finally, she says, you're a bird, Melody, and you will fly on Monday when you take that test.
Very good. Gracie, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why is Melody a bird in this scenario? Miss V says, you are a bird, Melody, and you will fly on Monday. Why does she say that?
Because when you fly through a test, it either means it's easy or you go quick.
Very good.
So, she is a bird and then she'll fly through the test like one. But it's more, I forgot the word for it.
I like it. I like that answer. I think it's great. Have you ever heard of when you do really well, you fly high? That's the idea, is that you're going higher than you've ever been before. And for Melody, she's been limited for so long that this is her opportunity to show how smart she is and how much she can participate. So nice job, Avery and Gracie. Gracie, if you could pick the next reader for us.
Sure. What about
Paige.
Paige, right here where it says, I hear our front door slam.
I hear our front door slam shut next door, and I wave to Mom and Penny as they wander over to the porch. Butterscotch, clearly happy to be unleashed, bounds next to them, sniffing the base of every tree. Penny walks with such determination, her face alternating between frowns and smiles as she concentrates on marching down the path between our two houses, then climbing the front steps with both hands and both feet. She's wearing her puffy winter jacket and the hat of the day, a blue straw thing that is scrunched and crooked from her sitting on it so many times. Poor Doodle, of course, drags behind her.
Very good. Paige, can you pass it on to the next person, please?
Sean.
Sean, we're right at Dee Dee.
Can I pass?
Absolutely. Just pick the next person you see on your screen, bud.
I don't know. Colden?
Colden, would you like to read, bud?
Where are we again?
Right here where it says Dee Dee.
Dee Dee, she cries as she finally gets up the top step. I'm still boggled by how easily she does stuff. I touch the sleeve of Mrs. V's dress and I think about what she asked me. Freedom, I type, pointing at Penny. Freedom.
Mrs. Valencia.
Valencia? No, she understands. What a glorious day, Mom says, breathing deeply. You think you're done with the winter? More cold coming, I type. You're right, but there sure is a nice preview, Mom says as she unzips Penny's jacket. How's the study team progressing?
Very nice, Colden. Can you pick somebody to start with Butterscotch?
Connor?
Connor, would you like to start with Butterscotch?
Yeah.
Did you say pass, kiddo?
Yeah.
Can you pick somebody who you see in the screen? You're still muted, Connor.
Campbell.
Campbell, would you like to read, honey?
Can I please pass?
Absolutely. You want to pass it to the first person you see?
Yes, please.
Gianni, how about you, kiddo?
Okay.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch rests at the bottom of the steps. It
I
sways.
swear.
I swear the dog looks like she's smiling. Good, I say through my mechanical talker. Violet, you're amazing, Mom says. The time and effort you've put into teaching her to get
And getting her ready.
and getting her ready for the test, and she breaks off, blinking hard. You must have taught her thousands of words. Nobody seems to be amazed that Penny is soaking up all
And learning.
and learning thousands of words. Mrs. V replies with a shrug. Melody is no different. Mom nods in agreement. I know you're right, but it's just so hard for Melody.
Very good. Do you want to pass it on, Gianni?
Yep. Zoe.
Zoe, would you like to read where it says, no, it's harder for us?
Pass.
Pass? Okay. Would you pick somebody, Zoe?
Okay.
Dean.
Diener, would you like to go, kiddo?
Yes.
We're right here, buddy, where it says, no, it's harder for us.
No, it's harder for us. We have to figure out
what is in her head. I'm getting tired of them talking about me like I'm another room. It turned the volume.
I turn the volume.
I turn the volume on my machine up to loud. Let's have cookies. Cookies, Penny repeats. Miss V stands up. I hear you, Penny, baby. Let's find us some sweet. As she heard
Heads.
into the house, she turns to Mom as says softly, Ms. Melody, here has always had a special place in my heart.
Very nice, Dean. Can you pick somebody to start us off with heartburn?
Bradley.
Brad, would you like to read? You want to pass, kiddo? Just pick the next person you see in your screen, kiddo.
Colden?
Golden, would you like to read again?
Yeah.
Heartburn.
Heartburn, I typed. That gets them both laughing. Miss V returns a few minutes later with a plate of hot chocolate chip cookies and 2 servings of milk, and red Skippy cups decorated with Disney princesses. I hate to admit it, but a sippy cup makes it easier for me to drink. Cookies! Penny screams. She reaches for the plate, but Mom pulls her arm back. Miss V gives Mom 2 cookies on a paper towel. Mom blows on one, and then gives it to Penny, who proceeds to stuff the whole thing in her mouth. Look at my
little Penny pig, Mom says, laughing. Mrs. V breaks my cookie into segments, then places a piece in my mouth. Although I'm a caramel lover, these cookies must have been made in chocolate heaven. I swallow while Mrs. V gives me sips of cool milk. Cookies smushed down so great with milk. I don't even have to try to chew. I'd love to have enough control to feed myself, but that's on my list of things I'd wish for, along with walking and taking myself to the bathroom. And oh yeah, flying. Interrupting my thoughts, Mrs. V asks, what continent produces the large crop of cocoa beans, which gives us this chocolate? Africa, I type. She nods and gives me another sip of milk. In which state produces the most milk? California, I reply. I think you're ready, Melody, Mrs. V announces. Colden, please pick our next reader. I just saw Lucas pop up with his hand up. Or who is that? Logan.
Logan.
Hey, Logan, there you go, buddy. Right up at the top of the page.
Okay. Mom reaches over and strokes my cheeks. You're going to rock on Monday. Then what? I typed. Then you will run for president, Miss V interjects, right?
Yep, you're right. That's good.
Yeah, right, I typed out. Just then, Dad pulls up into our driveway. Boy, does our big old car need a trip to the car wash. I guess Chuck got off early today, Mom says, looking pleased. Maybe we can get an early dinner. Dad gets out of the car and stretches and waves at us. Penny's face lights up. Daddy, she calls out, standing up. She looks at us with a devilish grin. Don't you dare, Miss V warns, and her I mean it voice. Penny ignores you. Goodbye, bye in car.
Good job. She loves to ride in the car. It doesn't matter where, the store, the post office, as long as she gets to ride in her little car seat in the back. Doesn't make much sense to me. She falls asleep as soon as we turn the first corner. Logan, if you want to pick somebody to read, bud.
Yeah.
How about Ethan?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Ethan.
Okay. Wait, where are we?
Right here, buddy. She hurriedly bumps.
She hardly bumps down. Wait,
Hurriedly, like really quickly.
it was my microphone was blocking it. She hardly bumps down a couple of porch steps, then two more, waiting for a reaction from Mom. Penny
Marie Brooks.
Brooks, you bring your little buns right back.
Up here.
Up here, my mother cries out. When Mom uses all three names, it's serious. Penny reaches the bottom of the steps, looks back at us, smirks, and says, "See, Daddy gotta go to work." Then as fast as her short little legs will carry her, she bolts for Dad.
Mom, of course, has other ideas, and so does Butterscotch, who jumps up, gives three short barks, almost like Mom using three names, and calmly walks in front of Penny to block her path. "Good dog," Mom says. "Come back here, you little cookie face." By the time she has hurried down the porch steps and retrieved my sister. "This child," she says to my dad, who is ambling over to us, "is an escape artist. I need 4 sets of eyes with her." She wipes the chocolate off Penny's face and nuzzles her. Ethan, if you want to pick our next reader.
I choose Landon Ellis.
Landon Ellis.
Where are we?
We are at Good Dog. No, I'm
dog.
sorry. Good Thing. Sorry, right here.
Good thing you've got Butterscotch, Dad says as he brushes the top of the dog's head. "How's my shiny copper penny today?" Dad kisses Mom on the cheek and hold on. Where are we? I can't see.
And takes Penny.
And takes Penny from her. Penny manages to rub the rest of the chocolate from her hands onto the front of Dad's shirt. "Just what I always wanted," Dad says as he glances down. Chocolate-covered clothes. The napkin Mrs. V passes him only smears it more. Dad just laughs. "Go work, Daddy." "Daddy just got home." "Give me a break, kiddo." He hands Penny gently to Mrs. V, then sits with Mom on the porch swing. "And how's my favorite melody?" he asks me. "Super," I type on my machine. "Ready for your competition?" "Yep," I type.
I tap. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Dad gets up and squats in front of me. "You're going to ace that test and make that quiz team." I can tell he means it. I believe in me. And my family does. And Mrs. V. It's the rest of the world I'm not sure of.
Awesome job. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to minimize this out, and then we're going to stop recording here in a second. And then I have some questions for you.